Hi there, I'm Michael Eidlin, and I'm going to demo today a document assembly routine I put together using HotDocs that allows the user to generate all of the documents necessary for a keeper of the Records Deposition Notice in accordance with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA. This program will generate multiple deposition notices at once, along with letters to both opposing counsel and your process server and affidavits of compliance. In addition, the program uses your Microsoft Outlook contacts as a link database, allowing you to pull up opposing counsel easily, as well as to create a database of frequently reused medical providers in your area to increase efficiency and allow the user to update the database easily as providers change their regulations or addresses. The program also allows you to choose what you want to include in your schedule of requested documents. The end goal is to reduce both time it takes you to put together a package, which during my time as a paralegal was often 15 minutes to a half an hour per provider, and reduce errors in the construction of the notice, which were common, particularly when copying and pasting from old documents. These errors were particularly wasteful because of the timeline required to get the documents back when dealing with HIPAA, which is a minimum of 45 days. So every time you send out a package with an error, it could be as much as 90 days or 3 months before you actually get the documents you need, playing havoc with discovery deadlines. So let's dive in using this test answer I put together to show you how it works. We go over to Assemble, and I'm going to pull up the test file. And I see here it's a fairly simple questionnaire to begin with that has a lot of details in it. First thing, we're going to change the date to today, which obviously you have the calendar, but you can also just say today. Brings it up to June 3rd. There's a third-party defendant. We're going to use it to here just to show you, but also if there isn't one, it hides that questionnaire down there. Pull it back up, comes right back up. Now go to the attorney details, test attorney's thing for you, and then also if you click down here, it'll bring up the Outlook thing, which I'll demonstrate a little bit later in the demo. Parties that need to be notified, here's an opposing counsel. Here's another opposing counsel. You can add as many as you need. So if you're dealing with a case with 3, 4, 5, 6 dependents, it'll all add it to the letter, allowing you to send out one letter with a bunch of CCs, making it much more efficient. Case management system. This is fairly simple to begin with. We just have Suffolk, Middlesex, and Superior, which are in Massachusetts. The civil action number for the case over there. Plaintiff info. You get to put the plaintiff's name and designate whether or not they're your client. And again, option to add multiple plaintiffs, and an option to select from Microsoft Outlook. So if you're bringing up your client info, it's right there. Same with the defendant's name. Same with a third-party defendant. So if I wanted to add a third-party defendant, here's John Doe, add another, Jane Doe. Also not my client. And I could do that again and again. I could have 16 defendants, 16 third-party defendants, doesn't matter. We'll still create the document, still within the caption. Documents are requesting. We're requesting the plaintiff's documents. So here, plaintiff, name, address. Again, calendar pops up if you want to select the date, address. And now we get into the meat and potatoes of it, the medical record providers. So I've done Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Here, the first one is the billing records. The second one is the other way around. Sorry. So you can see name, provider's address, city, state, zip code, how far back you want to request the records, and what kind of records you want to request. And if I want to add another one, just down on here. Now here's a blank one. Now I could type it all in manually, but I've already built in this database, so let's do that. I'll hit select, and Microsoft Outlook's going to pop up, and I go to Keeper of Records contacts, and here are a bunch in the Boston area. Beth Israel, Boston Medical Center, Brigham and Women's. So I'm going to add Mass General, and I'm just going to ask for the medical records as opposed to imaging and billing, all different, at least for Mass General. So here's Mass General, and now I've added Mass General, and I'm going to request it back to last year, to 2 years ago. Now I'm going to add one more. Select, again, Keeper of Records, again, Mass General, and now we want images. Radiology. So you can see, and again, just select the date, go back again 2 years, but I can make it whatever date I want. The calendar makes it really easy to select. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I go to the end of the interview. It shows if I have any other questions. I don't, so I'm just going to hit finish right here. And you can see here are all those documents popping up down on the bottom. I'll just go through to show you what they look like. Here's your letter to the counsel, and again, here it's this is to the process server, I'm sorry. This letter to your process server has the caption all spelled out, has the different keeper of records with their addresses, the correct addresses. And it even puts in my initial and the paralegal that's signing for it. So close that. Here's your letter to the council here, the two names of the council up at the top. Again, all the keeper of records. And the cool thing here is it calculates the date. So here's the date that it's sending, June 3rd. It's calculated the close of business, the 10 days they have to respond, and it takes into account weekends. So it's not going to ask until you have close of business Saturday. It'll bring it forward like it has here to next Monday. And then it'll also tell you we will move forward on what date to notice the deposition. So I'll go ahead and close that. And then here are the depositions. So here's your deposition with the right caption. Again, it calculates the date. Just to highlight that right there. Calculates the date based off of the day you're sending it out. And then down here, here's the schedule. So there's the schedule. This one here was just requesting medical records and x-rays. So medical records, x-rays. And here's the certification letter. Again, accurately dated right down there. And we can keep going through. And here's one for billing. And again, it's asking for billing documents. And finally, here's some of the ones I made. Here's one for Mass General, the one I just did in the demo itself. So you can see it makes this really painless. So that's those are the depositions. And then finally, here are your affidavits. Again, here's the caption, all correctly laid out. And here is the name. It even puts in the VBO number, puts in the address, puts in the date, modifies this date, modifies this date, really just pulls everything together. So that right there is the demo that we're looking at for the HIPAA documents. If you're interested in learning how to implement it in your office, or you want to inquire about a different legal knowledge management system, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email is michael.eidlin right down here at the bottom at gmail.com. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.